What's going on, everybody? It is yet another week, and it is, what is it, April 28th, 2018, Saturday. Yep. And
one day after Infinity War. I'm sorry.
Well, for me, it was today, but
well, after it came out, which
yeah, true. Lost my train of thought already.
You were introducing us before.
It is. We're in double digits now. This is the 10th episode.
It is, isn't it?
I'm gonna call it Planet 10. Planet 10.
All right.
First double-digit episode.
Look at that.
Boom.
Look at that.
Yep. Here with my buddy Matty Brook Daddy.
Yep, that's me.
On the other end here, on the East Coast.
Yeah.
The Midwest. West.
I mean, you're not in the Mid-East. That's for sure.
Oh, hilarious.
I mean.
Yep. We are Guy Party Podcast. We will be hopefully coming at you every week with the new episode talking about video games, movies, X, Y, and Z, everything in between, everything we feel like talking about. You can follow us or give us a message or whatever on Instagram, guy_party_pod. I'll be posting our stuff on Reddit too. Look out for that. I don't know. Bert and Ernie 33. What's up, Reddit? I don't even know our Discord handles anymore, but Matt does.
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much we're just on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to find us.
Yeah.
Guy_party_.
Or if you really want to, you can send it to the email we have set up, guyparty91
at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Boom.
I have that linked to my phone, so if any emails do come in, which most of it is like more like Instagram or like Squarespace stuff, but like random bullshittery. But
bullshittery. God, that's a good word.
What have you been up to this week?
Oh, Matt, not a lot, man. Just not a lot, you know.
All right, good story.
I don't even care what I did this week. I just want to talk about what I did this morning.
Would you? Oh, yeah. All right. Let's keep it spoiler free for now. Just
keep it spoiler free.
Overall, what did you think?
Okay, well, we'll talk about the week. I don't know. I didn't do shit. I sat in the office all fucking week and wasted away typing reports. I am a geologist who mainly works on Excel spreadsheets, apparently. So that's fun. I beat BioShock Infinite, which wrapped up the BioShock collection that I got for fucking Christmas. A lot of games, a lot of backlog. Beat Infinite. I didn't much care for it.
Nah?
Over 1 and 2. I like Rapture. I like the Underwater City.
Huh.
I mean, have you played Infinite?
Nope.
You hear anything about it? Anything? Where you're at? Colombia. You're in a floating city in the sky. It's kind of a confusing game a little bit at the end there because like it seems like you're the bad guy the entire time. Like this guy you're trying to fucking kill and do, like that was you. Weird stuff, but it was a little bit different of gameplay. I like the sky hook. There's a little like weapon you get. You can like snap some necks, cash some checks with the sky hook. It's pretty sweet, but good. I mean, good game. Just didn't like it as much as 1 and 2.
Fair enough.
I'm hoping for the new one they go back to Rapture because they go back to Rapture for like 15 seconds in the third one because like they're just jumping through fucking time portals and stuff, which is weird. But or not time portals, like universes. I don't know the multiverse, but pretty cool game. I like Rapture. Give me Rapture. Besides that, I beat that relatively quickly to hop on God of War, dude.
How is that?
Oh man, without spoilers, wow.
That's what I've been hearing.
Oh wow, it's such a good game. Oh, loving smashing people in the face.
I guess I might have said it last week. Like I was looking for bundles last week for the PS4 and I couldn't find
it. You can get a bundle for $400 for everything. The system, PS4 Pro with the you know what I'm talking about. You get the game, PS4 Pro, and a specialized controller and console thing. It's pretty sick.
I don't think I could find any in my area.
There's hot singles in your area, I bet, though.
Oh, without a doubt, that want to have sex with me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right now,
Yeah.
call me.
Probably.
Call me right now.
You are
Yeah.
probably right.
Have your credit card ready.
Oh yeah.
And social security.
You know,
number,
they're not going to charge anything to credit card, but you know, you're going to need it just to make an
account.
account.
You need to input it for maybe later when you might want to buy something.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Coffee. Yeah, but God of War, I'm not going to spoil anything. This will be spoiler free. But the beat 'em up kind of fighting style mechanics are extremely smooth. His axe is so satisfying to throw. Wait for that bitch to come back. Comes back in your hand like a fucking
Thor's hammer.
Yes. Literally, like sometimes I forget I threw it, and I fight just with fisticuffs, and like oh shit, like I need it now because you do need to like solve some puzzles maybe or not maybe not I don't know. And then he'll like put his hand behind him, and like however far back you traveled, it takes that long to get to him.
That's pretty cool.
I was like. Gets in your fucking hand.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's the story. I'm not very far. I'm probably only like 5 hours into it, so I haven't had much time to play. I'm hopefully gonna play it tonight a little bit. But the story it seems to be kind of kicking off on a slower pace, though. I mean, granted, I'm only a fifth of the way through the game, but I've fought some pretty mega beasts. I'm not going to ruin the story, but the kid, Atreus, his little son, he's actually very helpful as a companion in the game. He is a little brat.
Oh, I figured.
But he's cool. He helps. He's like a little archer, so he can like help like shoot enemies and whatnot. But it's pretty sweet. There's like a little RPG role to the game where you can like upgrade your stats and upgrade your weaponry and get better strength, better luck or something. It's gonna be a sweet game once I get into it. I just got some special moves, and it's really changing the fighting style a lot. So it's gonna get a lot better. It kind of got samey after a while because like it's the same like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 combo.
Yeah,
and it's like shit. Now you can like hit a series of buttons and cause some crazy shit to go down, but graphically it is fucking beautiful. And I'm not even on a PS4 Pro. Ashley, my girlfriend, was watching me play, and she's like, "Is this a movie?" I'm like, "Nope, nope. This is God of War." It is pretty much. I saw some memes online. It is just Dad of Boy.
Yeah,
not God of War.
I think I sent you a picture of that like Dad Simulator 2018 or something.
Disappointed Father Simulator.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. But it might as well just be called Dad of Boy or God of Boy because it's just every fucking 15. As I said, I'm like 5 hours in. I probably heard him say boy like fucking 50 times. Pretty much square on the controller is just the boy button. Boy, 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 boy. Come here, boy. No boy. Nothing the kid can do can impress the dad, though. That's all I'm going to say. But great game so far. I will do, if anybody wants, I can do an exclusive little blurb about, like, some backstory stuff. If you want to hear a little bit more spoiler, but
let's save that.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's a fun game. It's very satisfying to beat the shit out of someone with the axe, and he does like a little shield slam. It's fucking cool. I'm excited to get further into the game. I love it so far. That's all I can say because I'm again not that far.
Yeah.
Pretty hard though. It is a pretty difficult game.
Is it? Is there a difficulty set in, or is it just like
4? There's 4. There's the first one's called Give Me a Story. Second one's Give Me Balance.
All right.
Third one's called Give Me a Challenge, and the last one's called Give Me God of War.
I think I asked you that last week because that sounds familiar.
Yeah. I'm playing on Give Me a Challenge, and it's fucking hard, actually. I mean, again, I'm not the best at kind of games like this. People are. I've heard Matthew. I've heard. I can't speak to this, but I've heard it is Dark Soul-esque. Bloodborne-esque. Not Bloodborne, not Dark Souls-esque.
I heard you the first time. All right.
I don't want to be like, well, fuck you. No, it's not. I'm not even close. But yeah, I heard it's pretty it has some similarities to those type of games. Dude, it's pretty fucking challenging because it takes me a while to knock down a big enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it is fun because you can go ranged or you can go close. It's a fucking cool game, dude. I can't wait to talk about it more. But anyway, besides that, that's pretty much all I did. We just got I just sat down here now. We just got done hiking in Kurt Gowdy State Park again. We actually did like a 4-mile loop pretty quickly. It was, dude, it's like 71 degrees here. It's sunny. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was nice out here today too.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day. But I started my day off even better. Don't you want to know why?
Oh, I know why.
Is that not why you're here? Oh, dude, I was so entertained. Infinity War.
All right.
Infinity War.
So I told you in the text I want to keep it spoiler free. We're going to touch on Infinity War last in the podcast in case for some reason you have not seen it.
Oh, but
while you hear, yeah, and I will let you know when we're actually getting into spoilers for it because there's a
disclaimer.
It was a 2.5-hour movie. It was very long.
Shit went down.
Spoiler free. What did you think of it?
Spoiler free. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was spoiler free. I thought it was what I was expecting. I wanted to see this, and I got that, and maybe even a little bit more.
Yep.
I was like, kind of blown away.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It's
spoiler free, of course.
Like you said, it's everything I wanted and more, essentially.
It's like I ordered the sundae, and then like, oh wait, there's like a cherry on top. Oh wait, whipped cream too, and sprinkles.
I feel like
when I just wanted ice cream.
You gonna let me speak? You're asking me what I thought, and then you just start talking.
Good.
They definitely, like, I remember a lot of people worried, and even I was a little worried with all the names they had in this movie that they weren't going to each get enough screen time. And I felt like they did a very good job at giving everyone screen time. And also with how much action we felt was going to be in it and how much fighting and how much there was supposed to happen, they did a very good job at also getting the story across.
Yep.
And
I love the way they introduced everybody to everybody else.
Yeah. We can touch on that later. We'll touch on that later.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I can possibly be a little bit spoilerish.
I like how they did it.
But yeah, I like how they introduced kind of all the characters, and like I said, just the way they, like, I was worried some of them weren't going to get enough screen time, and they did very well with it.
Yeah, they spread that peanut butter pretty good over that piece of bread.
Oh, and then some.
Put some jam on top.
Yeah, I saw the 7 p.m. showing Thursday night, and
was that the first show?
It was the very first showing on the East Coast. And
how busy was the theater?
I remember I was going to see it with my one friend from the gym. I was like, 7 p.m. showing, I want to get in the theater, like walking into the actual theater where they show the movie by 6:30. She was like,
"Yep,
that seems a little early, but all right." So like, it's like 6 o'clock. We're like, all right, we have like half an hour. There's a PJ Willihan's right next to the theater. Let's go grab a beer and then we'll walk in. So we get a beer and then we go into the theater. Walk in right around 6:30 to get our seats, and it was like 75% full.
Yep. And wait, do you have a theater where you reserve seats?
No.
Oh, dude.
So
okay, good call.
So it was like we were getting there early, and like we walked in, we sat down, and my friend just looked at me and she's like, "Yeah, you made a good call and getting in here at 6:30." I'm like, "Yeah, I knew what was gonna happen."
I made that mistake one time. Me and my brother. This is a couple years back now, but we went to go see Skyfall, and I was like, "Nah, dude, we can have another beer before we go. We can have a beer before we go. I was like, "All right, well, I mean, it's gonna get busy. It just came out." I was like, "Yeah, well, beer." We fucking got there. There's 2 seats left, up in the front row, all the way on the left side.
Yep.
My neck hurt so bad after that movie, but it was a great movie. However, fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get more into it,
yeah, that's
what else did you do this week?
I actually saw Black Panther finally on Monday.
Oh no, you gave me shit. You gave me so much shit for not seeing Justice League for like 2 months afterwards, and then
Yeah, I know.
you fucking.
I mean, it was one of those things where it's like I decided on it,
well.
and with Infinity War coming out, it's like I have to see Black Panther before Infinity War, which you didn't necessarily need to, but it definitely helped with like knowing some of the characters in Infinity War.
Absolutely.
And
you would have been like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Understanding points, which we'll touch on later when we get to like this more spoilerish side of Infinity War.
Talk about it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
This episode's gonna be pretty much Infinity War exclusively.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll make it very clear that we're gonna get into spoiler parts of it when we do. But then I think what else did I do this week? I got a new phone. Actually Friday.
You still sucking Apple's cock?
Nope. I got Samsung Galaxy S7.
Did you edge or no?
No.
Is your screen curved?
No.
Oh, I got the edge, dog.
But
I'm living life on the edge.
See what you did there. But
Man,
I mean, I've had it for like a day now, a little over 24 hours. So like, for me, it's more can it text, can it access the internet? That's the most important things.
Can I watch mobile porn? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that too. But like,
can I browse Reddit while I'm taking
I went
shit?
to Verizon store yesterday, get it. Like they're started booting it up, doing all that fun stuff. And they're like, yeah, it has wireless charging. Do you want to get like a wireless charger for it? And I was thinking about it. I was like, how much is it going to cost? And they're like, it's like $50 or $60. I don't remember what they said. I was like, no, hold off for now. Cause like I'm like paying for the phone and the case and all that. So I'll just think about it later. Went home, came home, that night went on Amazon and found it for half the price they were selling it for the wireless charger.
Is a question though, because I fucked up at one point because I have the same phone. Did you get the fast wireless charger or the regular wireless charger?
I got the fast charger. It says fast charger on it.
Good.
Yeah.
Because that charges in like fucking 45 minutes. It goes from 0 to full fast.
Yeah.
But I made a mistake the one time. I bought one and I took it back like the same night. And it was the just a regular charger. Dude, it fucking took like 3 hours to charge it. I was like, that's fucking stupid. Took it back immediately.
It's the wireless charger is pretty cool.
It is pretty sweet, but I still have to get it.
It makes me feel like I'm legitimately in a sci-fi future movie right now, just being able to place it down on a little pad and have it charge.
I hear it. Boop, boop.
Yeah, I was taking off because it's kind of fun to take off and on.
Hells yeah.
It's just fun to play with.
You got it already?
Yeah.
You got the phone Friday, dude.
Yeah,
it's
today.
Saturday. How'd you get it?
Last night I ordered it on Amazon, and because I have Twitch Prime, or not Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, it was like free 1 day shipping, and I was like, free 1 day shipping. All right. It's like I was expecting Sunday, honestly, and it was like 'cause it was like 11 or 12 o'clock last night when I ordered it.
Shit, dude.
And it was like, it will be there by 9 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, April 28th. And I was like, oh, all right.
Cool.
I was expecting Sunday, but I'll take Saturday too.
I'll take it. I'll take next day delivery.
I have noticed it's a lot better at reading my thumbprint.
It is. It's faster.
iPhone always gave me trouble with it, and I just assumed it was because, like, being a rock climber, my fingerprints just are shit. Because like I'm constantly getting calloused and having them skin get pulled off, but like it reads my fingerprint within like nanoseconds. It seems like
it instantly opens it up.
So
I've had the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge now for 2 years. It come June, and I had a iPhone 5 or whatever first. That was my first smartphone. Believe it or not, hated it. Fucking hated it because I used my cousin had a Galaxy, and I used his on vacation one year. I was like, dude, this is sweet. He's like, oh yeah, you can customize the keyboards and everything and stuff. I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And as soon as I was able to upgrade and change it out, I changed it out immediately. So
yeah,
never go back, never turn it back. Sorry, Apple, you lost me.
Yeah, like my sisters and my dad have an iPhone, and I was like, yeah, I got the Galaxy S7. They're like, why? I'm like,
excuse me.
I wanted to try something different, and then it was just like if they were gonna keep pestering me, I was gonna be like, All right, tell me why I should have kept with the iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna be like, why did you get a Galaxy S7 instead of iPhone? Why should I have an iPhone instead? Like for me, there are 3 things I need with more than 3, but like 3 basic things. Can I make phone calls? Can I text? Can I access the internet? Those are pretty much the 3 main things I need with a phone right now. I don't care
better or more comfortably.
Yeah, and it's like I don't care what the brand is. I don't care about any of that crap. It's just like those are the 3 things I primarily need.
Yep. Yeah, hell yeah. That's the only thing anybody needs, dude.
Yeah, I got a new phone, so I'm kind of pretty stoked about that. But me being a smaller,
that's a big thing.
Yeah, but
commitment.
I've noticed me being a smaller person, like I have smaller hands. And the S7 isn't exactly like good for small hands. So like a lot of times I need 2 hands to like be able to access. But
no, you don't.
Matt,
pick up your phone.
I know there's like a small
triple tap the center the button. 1, 2, 3. Triple tap it. It'll go one-handed mode. Check it out.
Triple tap.
The home button in the center, read your fingerprint. Triple tap it. 1, 2, 3. Boom. One-handed mode.
It's not doing anything for me.
Fuck. You gotta set it up then. Damn it! I was about to blow your mind, and I was like, "Oh shit."
I'll do that later after podcast.
I guess I turned.
I will say this. Nice thing is,
damn it.
I use like Google Docs and stuff for gym stuff for work.
It's all right there. Yep, it's all right.
And I pulled up the calendar on my phone, forgetting that I was synced it to my email, and it just had that entire month for work on there.
Done. Yep.
And it caught me completely off guard the first time I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god! Like that is amazing!"
Oh my god! Fuck Steve Jobs, dude. I'm speaking for you.
Also, but, I sometimes actually just found out like 2 hours ago. It can read my heart rate, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yes, sir. Put your finger
on the sensor and just fucking reads it.
Hells yeah, dude.
It
gives you a stress sensor too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was on the lower end. I wasn't completely distressed, but I was like, that's pretty cool. I was also kind of drinking at the time, so I don't know if that affects heart rate. Probably does somehow.
I think my heart rate fucking gets faster when I drink. I don't know.
Yeah. But
it is a suppressant.
But yeah, and saw Infinity War, like I said, Thursday night when it came out. Oh, and then just streamed some Dark Souls, and I have 1 achievement left in Wolfenstein: The New Order now, and that's beating it on the hardest difficulty.
Dude, I hate that shit. I understand. Yeah, okay, that's an achievement, but
here's
balls. I beat the game once. Like you know I can do it, but
so I'm probably gonna stream it and stream the whole series. Like I think I said last podcast, but I'd rather have them do that with like beat it on this difficulty than either have multiplayer achievements or DLC achievements.
I can deal with the DLC achievements because I don't have to rely on somebody else or getting in the game with something.
Multiplayer achievements are the freaking worst. Dude, I hate them the most.
I want to platinum Last of Us so bad.
And there's multiplayer achievements.
There's fucking There's online. There's online.
That's how Doom is. Doom has multiplayer achievements.
Okay, even if I have the wherewithal to go on there and be like, okay, I'm gonna get these fucking achievements done. Who else is playing online?
Exactly.
Who else is playing that game online right now? Dude, with fucking God of War out, with GTA still raking it in, like who the fuck's playing that game online?
Exactly.
Oh, maybe once Last of Us 2 gets closer, maybe people will hop on, but it's still not worth it.
Yeah.
Dude. I'll get all non-DLC, no, I'll get the DLC achievements because that's just me. I'll get all non-multiplayer achievements. That's still not a platinum, unfortunately, but whatever. I'm going to platinum God of War. I heard it's not that hard.
Do it up.
It's just a time raper. Can I say raper?
Rapper?
I can say whatever I want. Rapper. Sure. Time rapper. Yep. God, such a tall rapper. But yeah. Just besides that, dude, I just want to talk. I'm saying dude a lot. But I really just want to talk about fucking Infinity War.
Hang on, before
I did this. Yeah, I did that.
Before we touch that, the Venom trailer was released, I believe, this week, right?
Oh, dude, yes.
Let's touch on that real quick before we get into Infinity War.
Calm down now.
Take a deep breath.
It's gonna be okay.
What'd you think of Venom trailer?
What's up? Venom trailer I thought was badass. I have a special. I love that anti-hero, man. Venom's a badass because I remember playing. I think I'd mentioned this.
I think he did. I think you mentioned
Sega
like
Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Maximum Carnage.
Yep.
Me and my brother, my oldest brother Scott, because he's 8 years older than me, so that game came out when I was like 3 or 4. But like he had the system already, so when I was old enough, like 7, 8ish, we would sit down. We'd beat that entire game in one sitting, and he would be Spider-Man and I would be Venom. I believe you can do that, or yeah, and then you just go through and you fucking beat Carnage or whatever. Carnage is the son of Venom, right?
I don't think it's the son of Venom. I think it's just like another symbiote.
Looking it up.
I think it's just another symbiote, but I'm not entirely sure.
Guess who is using the power of the internet?
You.
Me.
I am so proud of you right now. You have no idea.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My computer keep sleeping. Carnage. The fictional superhero. Oh, he's fictional? Oh.
We're waiting.
Yeah, no. It's the character belongs to a race of amorphous extraterrestrial parasites known as symbiotes. He is usually depicted as an adversary to Spider-Man, as well as serving as an enemy to Venom. Ugh. Yeah, never mind. I thought I read somewhere that he was the son of.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Anyway. Apparently, he's stronger than Spider-Man and Venom combined, and shape-shifting abilities. Damn, how did they beat him?
Yeah,
anyway, I really like the Venom trailer because of that. I like Venom because I was always Venom playing with my brother. Badass. Tom Hardy's gonna kill it. I think.
I'm excited, but there's a couple things I had a concern with. I know you're gonna say obviously.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
One of the things is there's
Show
like
the stream.
In the comics there's been 2 forms of Venom. There's been like the Spider-Man Venom and there's been an Agent Venom, where like Agent Venom is more like a Black Ops type Venom who like uses guns, doesn't really use like Spider-Man-esque skills or
so you're
moves
doing it now too. You're saying ask.
that I can say. I haven't read too much of Agent Venom, so I can't say. But like the little I have, it looks like he's more like armored up like a Black Ops soldier or military guy.
I like him in just the Spider-Man black suit.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's
but
badass.
I couldn't really get a feel for the trailer if they're going for like the Spider-Man-esque one or the Black Ops type one.
I think it's just gonna be badass.
But here's the other thing with it is, well, Venom got a lot of his powers from Spider-Man, mimicked it.
Okay. That's not how they do it in this one.
So obviously it doesn't seem like they're going that way. But because Venom, the symbiote, was originally on Spider-Man before going to Eddie Brock,
that's a pretty badass name too.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock.
But since he was on Spider-Man first, he adopted the spider symbol on his chest. What's going to be on Venom's chest if it isn't going to be a spider then, because he was never on Spider-Man? If it's going to be a V, it's going to look fucking dumb.
I don't know.
And I think it's going to look even dumber if it's just nothing.
Yeah, it's just a black suit.
Yeah.
Would be dumb.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll have to wait till October to find out.
Yeah, or maybe the next trailer might have one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know, dude. I think it's pretty bad. The way that the Venom, I don't know if you would call it a suit or just the
symbiote.
The symbiote itself morphs onto the body. That was badass. The way it goes over
I think
his face
that's
forms the teeth.
I think that's the way it is kind of in the comics.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
So,
who are you? We are Venom.
Yeah, I did like how I had the voice in the background too.
Yep.
And like the deep raspy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it.
Like when he was walking down the street, Tom Hardy, he was like rubbing his hands, like he's like all nervous and shit. Like, okay, we can only use the powers for against bad guys, and he slams up against the wall like, we can do whatever we want. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a cool movie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been hearing it's only gonna take place with like Spider-Man movies, and then like there's theories that it's gonna somehow get its way into the MCU, and then I've heard things that it's not gonna take place in any Spider-Man stuff, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But
rumors on rumors, man. People can talk shit all day.
I hope to God that it does well enough for a sequel, and they have a Venom Carnage R-rated movie.
Dude, that would be boss.
Because they cannot do a Venom Carnage PG-13 movie or lower and have it done right.
Nope, they should do what they did with Deadpool.
Yeah. Carnage is a sadistic freak, and if he's going to be in a movie, it needs to be R-rated. Without a doubt. I
haven't heard much about Carnage, except I mean, my I don't read comic books. My extent of him is in that game, and he was pretty hard to beat, but. That was, like fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, I'm excited for that. Dude, but there's a lot of good movies coming out soon. We got DP2 coming out soon.
We got Solo.
Deadpool. We got Solo. We got Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out shortly after that in June. And there's a little bit of a hiatus, I believe, until October.
What's in October? I think Aquaman comes out this year.
Aquaman's October. There you go.
No, Aquaman's December.
Oh, fuck me. What comes out in October? Is it Venom?
Maybe it is.
I think Venom comes out October. Yeah, October 5th, 2018. There we go. That's why that's exactly what I was thinking about.
I just googled movies in October 2018. It gave me a movie called October, which was released April 13th, 2018. What?
Thank you. Thanks,
I mean, it's not wrong, I guess.
Yeah, no.
Just move some words around in the phrase I put in.
So, yeah, we got Deadpool May 18th, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, that's in July 6th. Okay, and then October 5th, 2018. I thought that was coming out this year. Yeah. Sweet, dude. Swoop.
Oh, we got
the Venom.
Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say we have Incredibles 2 coming out in June.
Oh, fuck that! I don't care about that,
dude. Go to bed.
Okay, yeah. The immediately as soon as I saw like the quote unquote bad guy in Venom, I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking douche. Can't wait for him to beat the shit out of him. Same thing. How it was in BioShock Infinite. Like we were with. I forget the guy's name.
I don't know.
Father Comstock. As soon as I saw him, I was like I was descending the first like elevator kind of thing going down, and I saw him. I was like, man, I can't wait to kill that guy. Like immediately, like 4 minutes in the game. But I just have my things.
Also, movies 2018. We have the new Mission Impossible in July.
Oh, dude, Mission Impossible. Fallout.
I still haven't seen the one before that.
Dude. It is a really dude type day for me.
Dude.
dude. Fallout looks sick. Did you see the trailer?
I've seen multiple trailers. Yeah.
Whoa, I think it looks badass. I don't like Tom Cruise. I like Henry Cavill with that mustache.
Yeah,
he looks like a beast.
Because
he is.
I haven't seen the Mission Impossible 5. Whatever the one was before this. I still haven't seen that. But Fallout looks good.
That?
And then also
great, Rogue Nation?
Yeah, sure.
2015.
But also in 2018 in September we have another Predator film coming out.
Yeah, I never really got into them.
I was into them. I was into that whole Alien Predator type story arc, so I'll be interested to see how that kind of is done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're spacing these out because
don't have money.
It's fucking expensive to go to the goddamn movies, man.
In the Predator, which comes out in September, Olivia Munn and Thomas Jane are in it.
Thomas Jane's in it?
Thomas Jane. It says Thomas Jane.
In the Predator movie.
In the Predator movie. I know you and I kind of have a soft spot for him from
2004's The Punisher.
Yeah. And have you seen The Mist, which he was in?
No.
That was a good movie.
No, I didn't see that.
You should watch The Mist because
he's a pretty cool dude.
The Mist is based off the Stephen King novel, The Mist.
Okay.
The end of the movie is so good that Stephen King said, "I wish I did that for the book." Like
That's
like
it's good when that happens.
yeah, and it's one of those endings also that I see people just reference. They're like, if you haven't seen the movie, watch it for the ending because it is a amazing ending. And I just don't see anyone spoil it, which is one of those things where it's like, if they don't spoil it straight up, like they don't even put in like a spoiler tag for it. They're just like, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about and why it's so good.
Do it.
If you haven't seen it, I'm not even gonna give you the chance to be the person to tell you.
Yo, Matt.
Yo.
Let's take a 2-second break here and crack a beer.
Well, you're gonna crack a beer. I'm drinking rum and coke.
Okay, beer's cracked. Elysian, shout out. Stardust IPA, fucking delicious.
All right. Do you want to hit into
Dude, I want to do the whole time.
All right.
So far. We've been talking for a half hour. I want to fucking talk.
All right. So make it very clear from this point on. Yeah. Spoilers are free game. If you don't want to hear anything about Infinity War for spoilers, stop listening. Come back later after you see it.
Spoiler alert.
But from here on out, it's spoilers are free game.
The Titanic sinks. Spoiler alert.
Luke, Darth Vader is Luke's father, and Snape kills Dumbledore.
Shots fired. Oh shit.
All right.
Steve leaves Blue's Clues. Spoiler alert.
What?
Spoiler.
What? What?
Anyway, dude,
I don't even know where to start. Honestly, from here,
I want to start with.
All right, hang on.
I want you to be jealous because we got early bird tickets because we went at 9:40 in the morning. $5.75 a ticket.
Nice. I got a little movie bill for seeing the movie. I posted on a little like movie bill type thing. I posted on Instagram.
I didn't see it. Let me see that shit.
I posted on the guy party
for being the first person.
I guess like the first showing.
First showing, I mean.
Yeah, and like as
cool.
we were getting our tickets checked, the guy that handed it to me and my friend, he was like, "Oh, you guys get the last two," and we're like, "Oh, sweet."
Goddamn better. You're right. Get the last two.
All right. So, like we said, we liked how they introduced all the characters.
Yep.
Because it definitely felt
the movie bill.
It felt like a slow burn. It wasn't like, "Hey, here's everyone at once." It was like,
no.
We're starting off with Thor and Loki and Hulk, and then like Thor gets sent off into space after the explosion, and then meets up with the Guardians, and then like on Earth you have like Iron Man doing his thing, and then he runs into like Doctor Strange, and
that's a funny encounter, by the way.
Yeah, no one was ready for the drop where Doctor Strange was like, where he called him a straight up douchebag.
Straight up douchebag. He's like, yeah,
like
I'm saving your entire realm, douchebag. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, the whole theater when he said that, the whole theater was like, oh, like we're not pulling punches here.
Nope.
Yeah, like
dude,
the way
the
way they introduced it was really good.
Yeah, they did. But dude, the way it started out, like immediately, fucking Thanos kills Heimdall. I was like, you motherfucker.
Dude, all right, hang on. Can we touch on that whole first scene to even start?
I'm trying to.
That was like the end of that scene, dude. First, you have like Loki trying to like be like, hey, you know, I can help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Loki pulling the "we have a Hulk" line.
Yep,
was amazing. And seeing Hulk and Thanos go to toe was amazing.
Yeah, but then like I thought at first that Hulk was like, okay, he's doing some damage.
No,
like, wait,
Thanos had the Power Stone.
Too early into the movie. Then all of a sudden, Thanos just rocks the motherfucker.
Yep.
The Hulk just gets wrecked.
Luckily,
Heimdall bifrosts him back to Earth.
Yeah, but I feel
perfectly to New York City.
Well,
good for him.
Theoretically, perfectly. I mean, he kind of fell into Doctor Strange's under cubby below the stairs.
That's even more perfect. That they fell in fucking realm or the gate.
Yeah. But I feel like the trailer also did a good job at not spoiling anything. because like I kept
Yeah,
seeing shots
broke up.
of
Yeah.
in the beginning where you see Loki standing next to the Black Order, like all of Thanos' generals essentially. It was like,
You're like,
oh,
he
Loki's
turned.
gonna turn again and join up with Thanos, but that wasn't the case.
Nope.
And
He
it was
tried to.
really
He lied to do it.
yeah. And Thanos ends
And
up
then
killing Loki.
breaking his
Which
fucking neck, like squeezing his neck.
that was like one of those moments where it's like we're 5 minutes into the film and we're already killing off a character that kind of had a huge role since the first Thor.
2 people were dead within like the first fucking 7 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and it was
Heimdall
like, all right, we're
and
not pulling any
Loki.
punches. Like, especially Loki, who was a recurring character in multiple movies.
Yep.
Which was kind of sad to see that happen.
Is he actually dead though?
I think.
All right. I feel like this is gonna be
All
a
right,
whole thing.
we can touch on that later. We'll touch on that later. We'll touch on that later. But right now, I think he's dead.
Yep. He's got his fucking like neck snapped by Thanos with the Power Stone.
Yeah.
And then their ship explodes, and Thor, as we know it, I thought he died.
Nah, I knew he wasn't dead.
But he was in space, just floating in space.
And then it takes us to Earth, where Doctor Strange and Hulk, or Bruce Banner, who can't turn into Hulk anymore, unfortunately.
Apparently.
And Iron Man all meet up and they fight 2 of Thanos' cronies. That was a pretty cool fight scene.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
And
I enjoyed that.
Spider-Man made his appearance, which was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was pretty cool how they made the appearance, because I think it was like the big rock guy was about to like hit Iron Man with something, and Spider-Man just appears, like stops it, and then just appears out from behind. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Stark, what's up?"
yeah, he's a funny kid. Tom Holland is a good actor for that. Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's definitely good. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Towards the end of like that whole thing on Earth, I don't want to say scene, because it like kind of in this movie it kind of bounced back and forth between like multiple locations.
It really did, which I kind of didn't care for at the time.
At the same time, I did like it though. I felt like it was easier to line up when events were happening with other events. Like, if you were to do all of Earth at once, all of space at once, all of here at once, it would be when is this moment happening compared to this moment? Like, when is this happening in space compared to what's happening on Earth, or, you know, something like that? I felt like it was a little easier to correspond. Like,
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. But it was jumpy.
Yeah, it was jumpy. And you gotta understand why, because like they have so many big name actors and so many different things going on at once. It's hard to just keep it in one spot. But then when they're flying off into space in the ship, like the one guy takes Strange, and they're flying off into space on that like big halo type thing.
The donut.
Sure, the donut. That's what
Iron Man said.
And then like you see like Tony or Spider-Man like starting to get lightheaded from the lack of oxygen.
I should stay on the bus.
And then he gets the Iron Spider suit.
The Iron Spider suit.
That was
didn't
like
see that coming.
I knew eventually he was gonna get it because you saw it in the trailers, but I didn't know when. And it was just like, oh, there's Iron Spider. And that was cool.
Yep.
I feel like
is that an actual character, Iron Spider?
Well, it's just like one of his suit variations.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job with the comedy too in this film. I feel like there's enough like little quippy one-liners for the Marvel
perfect
movie.
Comic relief.
Yeah,
I'd say exactly timed.
Yeah, I don't
time correctly.
I don't think I ever heard a theater laugh so loudly and then instantly get quiet the second someone started responding to that joke.
Yep.
Like, it was like, oh, haha, that was funny. And the second someone else started talking, it was dead silence. You could hear a pin drop.
Because someone died, probably.
No, that's not until the very end, which we'll get into.
Yeah. So much death.
I also really like how they introduced Captain America and Black Widow and Sam Falcon into the film in Europe. I was not ready for that.
Scotland was great. I I want to say that I haven't gotten this many individual goosebumps in movies.
Oh yeah,
except for this one, like that, and that was the first one in this one when
yeah.
they threw. Like I saw a shadow, I was like, oh yeah, that's probably Captain America. But I mean,
I honestly didn't know who to expect it was.
Yeah, and then they threw it, and he stepped out of the shadows, and I saw his face. I got goosebumps.
Well, like they threw the spear at him, and like he quick dodged it and grabbed it,
catches it,
and everyone was like, "Oh snap! Like this is someone like agile and quick." And he stepped out of the shadows, and everyone was just like, "Oh god, shit's about to go down."
Yep.
And that was a cool fight scene.
Yep. They got the upper hand on those guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Vision got a little fucked up and got stabbed there. I thought he was gonna die then, but no.
Yeah, I was actually I thought I was kind of in the same boat. I thought him and possibly Scarlet Witch were gonna die in that scene.
Yeah, I really underestimated Scarlet Witch's power in this movie.
She's in the comics. She's one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe.
She's imbued by the stone.
In the comics or in the movie. In the comics, she's just very powerful. I know in the comics, like she's altered reality to her own will, essentially. So she's arguably one of the most powerful comic characters.
Dude, at the end, I'm not gonna say it yet, but it was funny. What I forget the actress's name, Michonne. Whatever her name is.
Michonne.
Yeah.
Is that Michonne?
Yeah, it's Michonne. You didn't
I did not realize. I was even during Black Panther.
Michonne.
I was watching. I was like, she looks really familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. That makes sense. Black Panther's
Michonne,
like head general.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find her.
Go ahead, just keep talking. I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up now. Danai. I can't read your name. I'm sorry. Michonne.
Anyway,
I liked when Scarlet Witch came down and like all those big massive wheels were rolling through, and then she just fucking picks them up and throws them all. It's like, why was she inside the whole time?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's a good comic relief there. Why was she inside the whole time?
Another good comedy thing was when Thor wakes up on the Guardian ship.
Yep. Who the hell are you?
And then
before he wakes up, it's funny. Before he wakes up.
Well, yeah, but then like Quill, Star-Lord starts like talking in a deeper voice like this, and they're like, "Are you lowering your voice to be like him?" He's like, "No, I always talk like this. What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, you definitely are. You never talked like that before. You're not trying to do that."
And then it does it again, and Mantis is like, there, he just did it again.
Yeah.
There, he just did it again. Mantis is funny. I like Drax. Drax is great. What did Drax say? It's like
he did
when Thor was like passed out. He was like, someone had sex with an angel
and a pirate.
Yeah, the beautiful pirate man. Yeah. I think Gamora was like, feel his muscles, like these muscles are made like synthetic, like steel or something. He's like, no, they're not. No, they're not.
I will say, I think Drax had the best comedy in the entire movie because he had He had the part where later in the movie, Gamora's talking to Star-Lord about like, if Thanos grabs me, you need to kill me.
Yep, very serious.
Yeah, it's like a very serious moment. And then they kiss, and they look over, and Drax is standing there, like, eating something out of a chip bag almost. I'm like, how long have you been standing there? An hour. It's like, how do we not know?
Master the understanding still, so the eye doesn't even see me.
No, we can still see you. It's like, no, you can't.
So slowly. I'm moving so slowly that I'm unperceivable by the eye.
No, we can totally see you moving your arm right now. And then Mantis
jumps in. Hey, Drax. God damn it.
That, and then later in the movie, I think it's when they're on Titan, and Star-Lord and Mantis are fighting like Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Mm-hmm. And they're like, did you take to Gamora? And then one is like, who's Gamora? What's Gamora?
When they first meet?
Yeah. And then Drax is like, I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Yep.
Whole theater lost it because it was like,
Dude, that's
what's he gonna
so good.
respond to with "I'm gonna do you one better"?
I'm thinking better, and then like it seemed like to pause for a second. Why is Gamora? I was like, what? And then like they didn't even pause.
No.
In like the movie's fucking whatever. I can't think of the word.
Dialogue.
They didn't skip a beat. Yeah, the dialogue didn't skip a
Yeah.
beat. He said, "Why is," and then they just went back into it.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think
Drax is always in Guardians 2. He was hilarious.
both the first
Remember
and the second one, he's funny.
Yeah,
They
and
do a
remember
very good
the
job
fun-
at writing his lines.
Yes, the funniest part of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is when of course, another serious moment, like their ship's going down, and Drax is like caught in the line and getting drugged behind the fucking ship as it's going down and smashing in between trees and everything, and like it finally stops, and like he gets up, he's like, "Oh, that was awesome! Let's do it again!" Yes, dude, I lost it at that point.
I
It
think
was so funny.
the two best things for me with Drax is the "Why is Gamora" in Infinity War, and in the very first one, where they mention a word, or they do a joke about Drax, and they're like, "That went right over his head." He's like, "It would not go over my head. I would very quick. I would catch it."
Yeah, he's very literal, and his misunderstanding of how literal that he actually is hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's being like, a tough, strong guy. It's cool. It's so funny.
Did you catch the Peter Dinklage cameo? Or I don't want to say cameo because he actually had kind of a big role in it.
Yeah, decent role. As soon as I saw him, I was
literally
like,
and figuratively speaking, he had a big role.
Yeah, I saw that. Dude, there was a fucking ass load of top-notch actors.
Yeah, like when Peter Dinklage came on the screen, like I saw his face, I was like, that face looks really familiar. I remembered he was Infinity War. Didn't know. I don't think they ever released what his role actually was. And when I saw him on it, I was like, that face looks really familiar, but I can't like put my finger on what it was. And after like 2 or 3 close-ups of his face, I was like,
"Yep,
oh my god, that's Peter Dinklage."
I knew immediately, but I was pumped, and I had to. I hate doing this, but I like tapped Ashley's shoulder. I was like, "That's Peter Dinklage."
it was one of those things where I was just like, it's funny because he's obviously a dwarf in real life, but he was a giant in this movie, but they were still called dwarves.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty funny.
Yep, he was the forger. I was curious.
Who created essentially the weapons for Asgard, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he pretty much creates god killers weapons,
which Thor was using to attack Thanos.
Yep.
Because obviously in Thor Ragnarok, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, his hammer got destroyed, which I think you actually even see in the trailers.
Dinklage his name is Eitri.
Yeah.
Eitri, Eitri, King of the Dwarves of Nevelladir.
If I remember correctly, it sounded like in the movie, the MCU, he created the gauntlet for Thanos, and then Thanos like made his hands into rocks or something, so he couldn't make anything else ever again.
Yeah, and he also Thanos gave him the impression, Eitri the impression that if he made this for him, he'd spare all his people, but he ended up killing everybody anyway.
Yeah,
and just leaving Eitri alive.
Yeah,
and shutting down the heart of the Diamond Star, pretty much stopping the forgery, so he can't create any weapons for anybody to beat him.
So that was pretty cool. Also, this is a huge geek out moment for me. This whole movie in general,
this whole podcast is
geek out. That's what I meant. Like this whole geek out moment is like just this whole talking about Infinity War.
We're not even like following the storyline. We're just talking about.
No, I'm just hitting parts here and there. Cause like if I were to try to go from beginning to end, I couldn't. I have to see the movie 2 or 3 times at least before I could even do that. Where they found the Soul Stone.
As soon as I didn't want to say anything, but as soon as Gamora said like you're gonna have to kill me if Thanos gets me, I was like, she knows where the Soul Stone is.
That's what I figured
there's no
too.
other explanation. She has to know where the Soul Stone is.
I figured that out too. Like the second she said that, I was like, she knows where the Soul Stone is. And I was like, all right, I'm fine with that. Like I don't care that she knows. I just want to know where it is.
I was guessing Wakanda.
I was guessing Wakanda too, 'cause in the trailers, like I think I said last podcast, you saw Thanos' army converging on Wakanda, so it's like, oh, there's obviously there must be a stone there. The only stone we don't know about so far is the Soul Stone. But they actually played differently, where they went to Wakanda to try and get the Soul Stone out of Vision while keeping him alive.
No, that wasn't the Soul Stone.
Or not? Did I say Soul Stone? I meant Mind Stone.
Mind Stone. Yep.
They meant that's why they went to Wakanda, and that's why the whole battle happens there.
Thanos sends his entire army to get the stone from Vision, while he himself is getting the other stones.
Yeah.
From the collector, and then he kidnaps Gamora, and then, dude, that was a powerful scene.
Yeah. And
to get the Soul Stone.
Can we talk for a second what his obsession is with bubbles?
Yeah, everything's in the bubbles. Like he has the reality stone.
So
yeah. Dad, you do it. This is your moment.
Every time someone was about to shoot something at Thanos or just shoot something in general, it seemed like it just always turned to bubbles. I don't know why.
What's the most insulting thing you can do? Like, oh, I'm gonna kill it. Bubbles?
Like, I think it would be funnier if at some point, like, the snakes in the can, if at some point it turned into one of those. Like,
or like, this is, I don't have to say spoiler alert, but like when Thanos was about to take Gamora and he held Gamora up to Peter Quill to kill her because that's what he promised. It would have been pretty funny when he actually pulled the trigger. If it didn't turn to bubbles, if it just said bang. Funny.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny too.
That would have been pretty cool.
But I think the bubbles made it even better because no one was expecting that time, because it was the first time he used the reality stone essentially, and just seeing the bubbles come out is like, all right, that's pretty funny.
I like how he used all the stone's powers.
Yeah. With the I'll touch on that later at the very end. I was gonna say the Mind Stone because that's the last one he gets, but I'll touch on how he uses that at the very end. But anyway, so back to the Soul Stone.
Dude,
that caught me completely off guard. So
I didn't think he actually loved her.
Not even before even that. Like, it's on some planet called Vormir, which wasn't even touched in the MCU yet. So
wait. Okay. No, good.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
The fucking keeper of Vormir, is that the fucking bad guy from?
That was Red Skull.
Yeah, that's the bad guy from Captain America.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, it was.
As soon as I saw that face, I was like, I know.
So,
oh wait, that's the bad guy from Captain America. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so like they go up
He's
and
a Nazi.
You see a robed figure come down with his face covered in darkness.
Blacked out.
And like I was thinking at first, in the comics, Thanos is doing all this because he's obsessed with making Lady Death love him. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be Lady Death. And that's how she's gonna be worked into the story. And then like I heard the voice, and I was like, that's a deep voice for a lady, but hey, who am I to judge? Like, it's Lady
whatever
Death.
he's into.
Yeah. And then like it showed his face. It showed his face, and it took me about 2 or 3 seconds to process it. But I was like, holy shit, that is Red Skull.
Yeah, I was another nudge.
And
that's the bad guy from Captain America.
The person I went and saw with is a huge Captain America fan, and the second I saw Red Skull's face, I just turned and looked at her like, holy fuck.
Are you seeing this? Yeah.
And then like after the movie ended, we're in the credits, and she's like, what happened to Red Skull at the end of Captain America? And I was like, well,
I forget, dude. That was so long ago.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, like he shoots at Captain America with like the Tesseract gun or whatever, and I think Captain America used a shield or something, or he used the gun on Red Skull and hits Red Skull with the beam, and Red Skull just disappears. And
yeah, he just like fucking
all it did was it teleported him. It didn't vaporize him. It teleported him.
And he was damned. His soul was damned to do this for the rest of his life.
And it was actually funny because I started playing through Lego Avengers, which is just following the Avengers movies. In the beginning of Avengers, I forgot about this, where they're in the S.H.I.E.L.D. base, and Loki first comes in because of the Tesseract. Hawkeye says to Captain America, or not Captain America. Hawkeye says to Fury, he's like, we said that the Tesseract is like a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
That Tesseract was the Space Stone, so it was more of a teleportation device. So that's why Red Skull didn't die. Yeah, everyone just assumed, oh, he got vaporized, he died.
Yep.
He just got teleported somewhere else.
Dude, the foresight by these fucking writers is amazing.
Yeah,
to write him in like that.
I honestly think around like Thor and like before the Avengers, like a couple movies before the Avengers, like 1 or 2 movies before, was when they were like, this has some traction to be something big, and that's where they started really like focusing. And obviously, if it turned out to be nothing, they could say in Captain America, oh, he just vaporized and died.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep.
But I think they did that so they had that option of, hey, we can always bring him back later. But yeah,
granted, it's a small role, but anyway, dude,
caught me completely off guard with Red Skull coming back, and like you said, that whole scene where it's like, to get the Soul Stone, you need to sacrifice the soul of the person, or you need
soul for a soul.
Yeah, you need to sacrifice the thing you love most. And seeing Thanos turn around and look at Gamora with like a tear going down his cheek, it was like, oh my god!
Before that, she was laughing at him because she's like,
you don't love
your whole
anything.
life, like you've been kind of killing everybody, destroying worlds and shit. Now it's kind of a what you call it? You're paying for your actions, pretty much. Yeah. You don't love anything. You can't get the stone.
And then
like
he turned around.
She's like, oh, what? Tears now? And Red Skull's like, those tears aren't for him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck you.
And I honestly feel
I've been denied my destiny once before, and I will not be denied again. He fucking throws her off the goddamn cliff.
I honestly think Thanos is the best MCU, if not best superhero comic book movie villain to date, because they did such a good job at not just humanizing him, making him show he has feelings and emotions, but you could argue his goal and mission
He's fucking determined.
Well, not only was he determined, but you could see his point of view. His point of view was Titan, his homeworld, died because it was overpopulated. They ran out of resources.
Yep.
And in his mind, if it went unchecked, if it didn't go unchecked, if population was held in control on Titan, Titan would be saved. Same thing with the universe. He's like, the universe is overpopulated. If we don't do something about it, everyone's going to die. So
it's
my destiny,
to his end.
He didn't go. He wasn't going about it the right way.
No.
But you could see his means to the end was, if we eliminate life in the universe, we can save the universe. Mm-hmm. And it was like, obviously, it's like you said, a messed up way of going about it. But like at a certain point, it was like, I almost feel sympathy for you because
exactly. Yep.
You're sacrificing the thing you love.
You empathize with him for a minute. You're like, oh fuck.
And
don't do it. Oh shit, he did it.
Yeah. That was rough. So I think it was
really cool for me to see from how much, like in the Guardians movies, how Nebula and Gamora hated each other at first. And now to this one, like, she gave up the Soul Stone pretty quick when she saw Nebula being tortured. And then when Nebula escapes to fucking go to face Thanos, like, where's Gamora? Like, okay, they cared for each other this whole time. Like, oh, that was powerful, dude. This movie was just so gripping.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Not only that, but like
the whole time.
This was the first Marvel movie in 18 Marvel movies where I had a sense of dread the entire movie. Because I knew characters had a possibility of dying. And it was just like,
you knew there was
I knew there was going to be death. And I just didn't know who. And it was just like, the entire time I was biting fingernails because I was like, I don't know when some of these characters are going to die.
I'm going to send you a picture. My thumb is literally bleeding.
It's
still bleeding. Because I'm as we're talking about, I'm biting my index finger. Like, I bit my finger so much in like anxiousness, I was bleeding.
But then
I'm like getting worked up talking about it.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Honestly, I was on Facebook yesterday and I saw just like a post and it was a video of an Infinity War trailer and I watched it and I was like, this still gives me goosebumps.
Yep.
Like watching it, I'm still getting goosebumps from an Infinity War trailer 24 hours after I saw the movie.
I've seen the movie. Yep. I've seen the movie not even 12 hours ago, and oh my god.
But then,
dude,
that whole fight on Titan with like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Guardians, that thing was intense.
But the thing that got me most, which kind of sets the stage, I guess, for the next movie even, was when you see Doctor Strange actually using the time stone to check every possible situation, every
checked,
outcome.
What was it, like 14 million?
4 million or something?
Yeah, it was
1.456.
Something ridiculous.
He checked millions of possibilities of how this could end in their favor, and Iron Man asked him, how many of those situations did we win? Just one.
Which, all right.
So
I remember hearing that, and I was like, all right. And then, like, they have the whole fight scene, and Mantis gets on top of Thanos, and then she's like, he's feeling agony. And I don't remember how, but somehow he says that he essentially killed Gamora. And Star-Lord loses it.
Yeah.
And starts beating him as they're about to get the gauntlet off of him. And it causes him to
get it off
the trance to break. He punches Spider-Man, who's pulling on the gauntlet, and he puts the gauntlet back on and just starts wrecking the house. I remember in that moment when he got the gauntlet back, I was like, Star-Lord, you motherfucker.
You fucking had it.
Yeah. And you just fucked it all up.
Emotions for 5 more seconds.
Yeah. But I don't know if you thought of this.
That wasn't the possibility that saw.
That wasn't the possibility of winning that Doctor Strange saw, which I didn't realize until after I got home. Because if he knew in the possibility Star-Lord couldn't screw it up for them to win, they would have told him, or like Doctor Strange saw that happening already, so he knew Star-Lord had to do it.
He knew the series of events that would lead to the only way that he would get it. And after that whole fight scene, when Tony Stark stabbed, and Thanos is about to kill Stark, and then you see
Doctor Strange gives up the time stone.
Like, all right, I'll give you for his life. If you spare his life, I'll give you the time stone.
Which earlier in the film, when they're traveling to Titan, Doctor Strange says to Stark and Spider-Man, he's like, I will not hesitate to let you die if that means protecting the time stone.
Yep.
And the fact that he gave up the time stone to save Stark means...
You know what he saw.
Possibly one or two things. One, that's the outcome that Thanos needed to get all the stones.
I think that is it, personally.
I think there's something added on to it where Stark is going to have a huge role in saving the universe in the next one.
Probably.
Because if he didn't,
Strange
wouldn't have saved him.
I need him saved.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think Stark is going to have a big role in the next film on something technologically that saves.
I thought he was going to die there.
I thought so too.
I was going to die.
The whole theater was like, when he like twisted the knife a little bit, you saw the blood coming out of Stark's mouth. It was like, oh, this is not like joking around. Like this is a serious wound.
Yep.
I don't remember if it was before or after the whole trans thing with Mantis, but like at one point when Strange is fighting Thanos and he makes like 1 million copies of himself and like surrounds him, that was freaking awesome. Yeah,
and then the Reality Stone just fucking immediately shatters that. But yeah, that was cool, dude. Like 1,000 of his magical lassos grip onto him and like pull him apart. And then
at first I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like all illusions and just one of him, and then like all the lassos like grabbed onto him and started pulling. It was like, like that's not illusions. Like I mean,
you can create a copy of yourself,
but like that's actual magic, like physical copies pulling on him.
Yeah. Great movie. We're talking about one scene. I focus on that scene. I have to think of another.
I know. And then, all right. I got. Let's just talk about the whole Wakanda fight scene now. That was intense. Like they get to Wakanda. First of all, when they land in Wakanda, it's like Captain America, like his whole crew, Bruce Banner, Rhodey, who's War Machine, and they're like landing, and Bruce Banner's like, so this guy's like a king, right? Like, do we have to bow or something? And Rhodey's like, yeah, of course, man.
Of course, he's king.
They're walking out, and Bruce Banner goes to bow, And T'Challa, Black Panther's like, we don't do that here. And you just see Rhodey just start laughing as he walks away.
Don Cheadle like hits him.
Yeah.
They just shake hands. Yeah.
But that whole fight scene was amazing, where like you see like, I don't know if they were Chitauri or what they technically were, but like the monsters were like getting through their force field. And then eventually they're like...
Yeah, they're killing themselves to get
and they're like, they're surrounded in the force field. We got to start funneling them in and actually start fighting them, so they open it up a little bit and start like the fight. And that was cool. And then like you see the two of the generals of the Black Order or whatever come in and start fighting also, which is when you see the whole Scarlet Witch thing with the why, if she's can do that, why isn't she down here type thing.
She inside
which,
the time, yep.
In that scene... I legitimately thought Black Widow was going to die in that scene, because I think at one point you see like the lady of the Black Generals like jump and about to stab Black Widow, and like something catches the blade just in time before it hits her face or neck. I was like, that's it for Black Widow, she's dead. And she didn't die. But then that whole fight scene was amazing, and then they started getting overrun.
But this, before you say this, at the same time with the whole Peter Dinklage introduction, Thor, Rocket, and Groot split up from Quill, Drax, and Nebula, or
Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord, Quill, Peter Quill, whatever. They split up, and Rocket, Thor, and Groot, which Groot is a sassy teenager in this movie. I am Groot. I laughed at that. That was hilarious. But Thor realizes that he's gonna have to eventually start up the core of this dying star again to be able to melt the metal so that Idri could forge him a new axe. I thought he was dead there.
Oh, and
when he had to open the iris to shoot the dying star's light.
He was about to die, and then
Groot saved the day.
Yep, Groot put the pieces of the hammer, the axe together, and then like used his arm to be the shaft of it and cut it off. And
he used it to be the handle and cut it off, so he had the axe.
Yeah.
Which at that point you can see little sparks flying in Thor's hand as he's dying there, and then you can see the axe with the little sparks, and then you can just only assume that it comes to his hand. And then, which takes us back to the Wakanda fight when they're getting overrun and it seems like kind of all hope is lost at that moment in time. Fucking Thor.
Yep, you see the Bifrost thing come down.
The Bifrost opens up, the lightning comes around him, and he is just a god among these people. And another perfect comic relief. Fucking Bruce Banner is in the Iron Man suit, the big Iron Man suit, the Hulkbuster suit. He takes his helmet off. He's like, "Oh, you guys are so screwed now."
I think the whole theater cheered when Thor came down, and
I another goosebump moment.
Yeah, it's like giving me goosebumps and getting me a little emotional just talking about it now. But seeing him go to town, just like him coming down and be like, "All right, let's do this," and just flying off and just start wrecking house.
He smashes the ground and everything around him just fucking vaporizes and blows backwards. I was like, okay. But dude, it's just, you're all screwed now.
I saw on Reddit, it was like the only thing missing from that scene was the Immigrant song by Led Zeppelin. Like, if they put that song in there for that, just him dropping down and starting the battle or starting to fight, it would have been perfect. Because, like, now when I think of Thor fighting, like coming out of the Bifrost or something and starting fighting, first thing I think of is the Immigrant song with Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, from
Ragnarok. It was like, I kind of wish I was in there because that would have been perfect. But then they're fighting in Wakanda. Another comedic relief moment in Wakanda is Rocket Raccoon and Bucky back up against each other. And Rocket Raccoon has a thing for stealing like metal and bionic stuff from people.
I love that.
And
I love it.
Rocket Raccoon goes, "So how much for the gun? It's not for sale. All right, how much for the arm?"
And Bucky just looks at him and then walks away.
Yeah, and then
Rocket's like, "I'm gonna get that arm."
Yeah, and then like they're together and they're shooting. And at one point, Winter Soldier, Bucky just picks up Rocket by the back.
White Wolf. He's White Wolf
and is shooting like Bucky's shooting to his left,
one arm
and he grabs Rocket and just points him to the right and just starts spinning in circles, so he can shoot in both directions. I was like, that is amazing.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think Bucky might be one of my favorite people. Favorite superheroes.
He's had a good story arc. I wouldn't be surprised if they kill Captain America in Avengers 4 and Bucky takes up the mantle.
I think Bucky, the White Wolf, is my favorite character.
Yeah,
dude, he's just so ready.
Yeah,
at any given moment, he's such a soldier. You know.
Well, I think it's in
when
you first see him in Avengers in Infinity War. What is it?
No,
the guards like
in
put a
movie.
thing down, and it's his army. He goes, "All right, where's the battle?"
Exactly. He's to give you some context. Like T'Challa, Black Panther, is kind of walking with some of his elite guardsmen down to the White Wolf, Bucky, and you can see him he's just throwing hay bales into a back of a cart. You know, he's just farming with one arm, and then they put the box down. He doesn't say anything. They open the box up and you see like a vibranium. I'm guessing it's vibranium.
Yeah, I would assume so.
In there, and he doesn't say anything else. He looks at T'Challa. He's like, "Where's the fight?"
Yeah,
he's just ready to go.
And also,
awesome.
In the movie, the moment where Bucky and Steve Rogers meets up again, that was a little heartwarming. It was just like, just hearing like Captain America, Steve Rogers, become like a normal human, be like, "How are you feeling? Like, how have you been?" And just Bucky being like,
"I'm just a 100-year-old guy."
Yeah.
Yep.
But that was pretty cool. But that whole fight scene was amazing. And then I guess at that point, towards the end of Wakanda battle, is after he gets the time stone. So at this point,
Thanos, you're missing a lot of things here.
Well, hang on.
That fight.
Hang on. Let me touch on this because I just realized this. Beginning of the film, Thanos has the Power Stone, which he must have acquired from Xandar, off screen. And then he attacks Thor to get the Tesseract, which has the Space Stone, so that's 2 of 6. Yep. Then he attacks the Collector, where he kidnaps Gamora also to get the Reality Stone, which is 3. To which he uses
because he gets Gamora to get the Soul Stone.
Yep, I was just gonna say Gamora leads him to the Soul Stone to get 4. And in the battle with Doctor Strange, he gets 5. So at this point, he has 5 of 6. The only thing he needs is the Mind Stone, which is currently in Wakanda in Vision's head, which they're trying to get out of him without killing him. And
we all know that doesn't work.
Yeah. But you were going to say there's something else I need to touch on in this battle before.
No, I mean, just the battle itself, just how fucking powerful Thanos is. Like in the trailer, you can see Captain America holding his arm. You can see most of the Infinity Stones, and he's just pushing his hand down, and he's fighting with all his might. And he like turns and he just Thanos punches Captain America in the face.
Which
that was brutal, dude. Fucking brutal. Like,
which I think
any kind of CGI or whatever, that was fucking good.
One thing I want to point out.
That was good stuff. That looked brutal.
Like I said earlier in the podcast, they did a very good job at being deceptive in the trailer. We touched on Loki.
They did, yes.
If you watch the trailer, when Captain America is holding back Thanos' hand, I think in the trailer, he only has the power in the Space Stone at that time. He might have one other, I don't remember off the top of my head, but he does not have 5 of 6 at the time, I don't believe. So they did a really good job at being deceptive in the trailers. So that way you don't know when scenes are happening or what the contexts are, which I have to give credit to because I don't know. But that whole last scene where Thanos goes to Wakanda is very powerful.
Dude, it's mind-blowing.
Like,
he's here.
Are
you drinking some more?
Yeah, I'm pouring another rum and coke.
What kind of rum you got?
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan? Captain America? Is it a coincidence? I think so. Where were we?
I was gonna say something now. I don't remember what it was. Oh,
sorry. You got it. I have so many things to still talk about.
While they're fighting Wakanda, like the 2 generals are. Hang on, I need to grab my other. Let's see. They're fighting, and like the one general is like, "I'm going to get Vision. I'm going to get Vision." So like, someone's like, "Oh, one of them is going off. Like, someone stop him, or someone go help Vision, make sure he's all right."
We have a vision problem. Yep.
And Hulk is like, or Bruce Banner's like, "All right, I got this." So like they're fighting, and then at some point, I don't remember how this happened. I guess at some point somehow Vision gets near, or no, Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster. Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster armor is stopping the big guy, and then one of the other generals of the Black Order is already like in the base after Scarlet Witch comes down, and then they start fighting. They go out the window, and that's when they're like, "We have a Vision problem."
Yep.
And then Captain America goes to save Vision, and it's like, "You need to get out of here," while he's fighting. I think it was Ebony Maw. I don't remember which one.
Ebony Maw. No, Ebony Maw died when.
That was Ebony Maw. So it was like the weird. Ebony Maw was Voldemort. Squidward.
Yeah, fucking weird. Yeah, dude, that was funny. All right, Squidward.
In the very beginning,
lost it.
In the very beginning, when they showed Ebony Maw in New York, and like it's the first time like Iron Man and Doctor Strange are meeting him, Tony Stark just comes out. He's like, "All right, listen here, Squidward." Whole theater lost it.
Dude, so funny. But yeah, when Spider-Man kind of goes against Iron Man's will and stays on board, he grabs hold and gets back on the ship. When he's about to kill Ebony Maw is about to kill Doctor Strange. Spider-Man references
Aliens.
Which is, dude, funny because remember that old movie Alien? And Stark's like, it came out when I was like 25, probably like thinking to himself, but he drops down and he's like, "This would kill your friends in an instant." He's like, "Well, yeah, but the kid's seen more movies than I have."
Yeah.
And he shoots the thing and just Ebony Maw gets sucked out into space. I mean, do you think he's dead?
I don't know.
He's pretty powerful.
It seems like it, but he seemed like he was freezing up pretty quickly. I don't know. We'll have to see.
True. Very true.
Thanos also mentions that he's dead.
Yeah.
So unless
today paid a high price for today.
Yeah, unless Thanos is in it for the long con, or he doesn't realize how strong he is, I don't know. But at one point later, I think Peter Parker has another reference to like a old movie or something, or he's about to say, and Iron Man's like, "Look, if it's another reference to an old movie, I don't want to hear it."
Yeah. What the fuck? And I kind of like how Hulk, Bruce Banner, he wants to be the Hulk so bad just to help everybody out, but
yeah, and the Hulk is like, "I don't want to
come out."
Yeah.
Why?
I think it might partly be the Hulk took a beating against Thanos the first time. He's like, "I'm scared."
Maybe.
I think it's just the Hulk is scared that like it's the first time he's come up against something that he can't beat, and he's afraid.
He can't overpower something finally.
But
then again, the Hulkbuster beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Bruce Banner even said it.
But
yeah.
But yeah, so like Captain America's fighting one of the Black Order, and then Vision comes and saves him. And then like Thanos appears, and then the shit goes to hell.
Oh god. So sad. When Scarlet Witch has to
yeah, I was trying to remember how that event played out. Scarlet Witch has the powers to destroy a stone, so they destroy it and kill his Vision.
She does.
Which is unfortunate because there's a love story arc between the two, which made it even more emotional.
They're tied together, I think, by the power of the Mind Stone.
Because the Mind Stone gave them the powers.
Yeah, I mean, Vision's life pretty much feeds off of the Mind Stone, but Scarlet Witch in the Marvel Universe movie universe,
MCU,
apparently she gets her powers from the Mind Stone.
So like, I don't think she got her powers, but that's how her powers originated. Was Hydra experimenting with the Mind Stone? There
you go. Well, there's some kind of intimate connection there. So there is the love interest.
Yeah.
God damn it, if that wasn't hard to watch.
But then
good acting, by the way.
Like she kills Vision and destroys the Mind Stone, and then like Thanos is coming up.
So they think.
And well, hang on. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then he does the whole time stone trick where he turns back
wait,
time.
I have a time stone. I can go back in
Which,
fucking time before you kill
the
him.
second they were going to break it, like in that scene when she started to break it, I was like, Thanos has the time stone. He's gonna use time stone to reverse time and get the mind stone. I knew it was gonna happen.
Mhm.
And so he does that, and like then he puts the mind stone in the gauntlet, and it's like, I have all 6 now. And then fucking Thor comes in.
Thor out of fucking nowhere with that axe, boom, in the chest. I thought they stopped him. I thought he stopped him.
No, I knew it wasn't. But the way Thanos just kind of was like acting like he was fucked at first, and then just looked at Thor and was like, "What do you say?" He was like, "Let this be a lesson. You should have went for the head." And then
he said, "You said you should you should have went for the head," and then
did the fucking snap.
His fucking fingers.
Which,
yeah, like I'm
me
injured.
and many people,
I'm not injured.
Me and many people called it. Like, we're like, we want the film to end with a snap. Like, we want that to be an actual thing. We don't want it to be a figurative meaning where, like, Gamora's like, he can kill half the universe with a snap. We're like, we want that to be a literal thing. And he literally did it. They did a snap, and the screen turned white.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, fuck. And, like, the second he did that, I was speechless. Like, even if I wanted to say something, I couldn't say anything. Cause I was like, he did the fucking snap.
It's not just he did a snap of fingers. It's called capital T, the capital S, snap. It's called the snap.
Yeah. And then,
goddamn.
I think right at, and then he appears in this like orange blood red sky, and you see baby or little Gamora there, and she looks at him and goes, "Is it worth it? Was it worth it?
Did you do it? Yes. Was it worth it? Yeah." Fucking powerful.
And like that was another powerful scene where it's like they were almost humanizing him.
Cry, yeah.
Because it was like, holy fuck.
Was it worth it to kill me for this?
And then they go back to the real world, and they're in Wakanda. I think it was Bucky was the first to go.
Yeah, he goes.
He goes, Cap,
Steve?
I'm not feeling so good, or something, right?
Steve, I'm not feeling so well.
And he turns to ash.
Falls to ash.
And then you just slowly see
fucking proceed to step on the goddamn gas with killing people at this point.
It just goes one after another. You see, War Machine goes, Black Panther,
Falcon goes, Sam goes,
Black Panther goes,
Yeah.
You see on Titan, I think a couple of Guardians go.
Groot goes.
You saw.
Okay, let's do this.
Are we gonna touch on the hardest hidden one right now?
No, let's just say, dude, when Spider,
the hardest hidden one is Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ, that was sad. Anyway, in Wakanda, we're in Wakanda.
All right, we're gonna start in Wakanda. I don't remember.
Bucky dies.
Bucky.
Well, okay.
War Machine.
I'm gonna say dies here in
turns
quotes.
Yeah.
They die. They turn to ash. So White Wolf's
I've read theories about everything after the ending, which we can touch on later.
Yeah. So White Wolf's gone.
War Machine.
Black Panther's gone.
Black Panther.
War Machine's gone.
Which, hang on. Also, I'm going to touch on real quick. Black Panther one was kind of sad too because he reaches down to his general and he's like, "This is no place to die," and then turns to ash right after he says that. And it's like, oh,
you didn't want to die here,
like that was a hard hidden one.
Yeah. Falcon dies.
Groot.
Fucking Groot dies.
Groot goes.
As Rocket's like, no. That was sad. Groot goes. Does Drax go?
Drax goes on Titan. This is on Titan now. Drax goes.
Okay, now Drax goes.
I think Doctor Strange goes. And as Doctor Strange starts to die, he goes, "Tony, this was the only way." Which is also foreshadowing saying this had to happen. He had to get all the stones. This is the one
scenario that I've seen that we can win this.
Yeah. He's like, he had to get all the stones. We had to do it this way.
So he's dead too.
I think Peter Quill
has been dead.
I think Peter Quill goes.
Yep, Star-Lord goes.
And then fucking Spider-Man.
Dude, Spider-Man. It took him a lot long. Like everybody turned to ash pretty quick, but it took Tom Holland. It took Spider-Man a little bit longer.
But the way he went, where he looked at Stark and goes, "Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling so good.
I don't want to go. I'm not ready to go."
And then holding him in his arms when he's like, "I don't want to die." It was like,
No, 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 I don't want to go.
I've read it on Reddit threads, and like it makes sense. It was like in that moment, it was like this kid trying to be a hero. In that moment, it was like, I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm a 15, 16-year-old kid afraid for my life, about to die, for as far as he knows. Yep. And that was a really powerful scene. Like, I think I even heard someone in my theater, like, as he started turning to ash, I just heard someone go, "Oh, no, you take that back." It was like, in my mind, I'm like, there's another Spider-Man film slated. We know he's going to be back somehow. But it's like, it was just so sad to watch. And
because you know why? Because in that moment, you're not thinking, oh, there's a Spider-Man movie coming out in 2019. You don't think that at that moment. You think, oh shit, this little fucking kid's dying.
Honestly, actually, that did go through my head. I was watching the film, and the second Spider-Man started turning to ash, I was like, well, he has another film slated. I know that, so he's coming back somehow.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
But
it
was still hard hitting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, we know all, if not some of these characters are gonna be back.
Yeah, but as far as we know at this moment in time, as I sit here, they're fucking dead.
Yeah, but
Gamora's dead. Fucking Loki's dead. Heimdall's dead. They're all fucking dead, dude.
Yeah.
But after credit scene.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. We'll touch on this before the theories I've read online.
Okay. Yeah, because this technically is the end of the movie.
Yeah. So this takes it back to Earth, and we see cars driving.
Takes us back to New York, of course.
And it's Director Fury and Maria Hill driving in a truck, and all of a sudden, the truck just swerves into their lane head on. And I think they barely avoid the crash or something.
They barely stop, and then they get out, and Fury goes to look in the driver's seat, and no one's there.
Yeah, they're like, no, I think Maria Hill goes to look in it. Director Fury's like, is he all right? And Maria just goes, there's no one there. And then like you see destruction happen. You see helicopters and planes falling out of the sky. And then Maria Hill, I don't remember exactly what she says, but she's just like, Director Fury, and he looks over, and you see her turn into ash.
She says, Nick.
All right,
Nick,
and you see her turn into ash. It was like,
yeah.
All right, people are starting to turn to ash all over.
Yep, half the universe has to go.
And then Director Fury, Nick Fury, pulls out
runs
a beeper
to the back of his car, pulls out a fucking pager.
Yeah, which looks like it's like Agent,
but it has some cool little like steampunk stuff to it.
And you see him push a button,
sending,
and then he starts to turn to ash.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say it.
I think that was perfect, though. But, like, he turns to ash, and the pager drops on the ground, and you just still see sending. And then, all of a sudden, Captain Marvel's logo pops up on the screen.
Dude, as soon as I saw that,
everyone cheered in the theater.
Turned to Ashley, I was like, fucking Captain Marvel. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah, oh, wait, yeah.
In my theater, half the theater cheered, and half the theater, like the people that like don't really know a whole lot about superheroes, they're like, what's that mean?
Was that?
And everyone was just like, whoever they asked, it was just like the person they were there with, it was like, Captain Marvel, she's kind of a big deal. So
I knew as soon as I saw it, a little.
The second I saw the pager, I was like, that's a Captain Marvel signal.
You knew the pager was a signal?
I didn't know, like, I'm not saying it's like from the comics or something, but it's like, who else would he be calling with a pager?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Captain Marvel is coming out a couple months before.
It comes out March.
Yeah.
Of 2019.
Yeah. And Avengers comes out May. So it's like,
why are they not calling? Why is it an untitled film?
From what I've heard is the title is going to spoil what happens in Infinity War. So they wanted to wait to release the title a couple weeks or months after Infinity War, so that way it doesn't spoil what happens in Infinity War. So now
it can spoil the first one, but it can't spoil its own movie.
Yeah. So like people are speculating what's going to be now because obviously everyone or a lot of people have seen Infinity War. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be this," based on the film.
All right, let's talk speculation.
So,
speculation, Matt. What do you got?
I actually closed the window it was in. One thing actually my buddy brought up, which I didn't see until he told me. I didn't see it anywhere online. All this. So one recurrent theme in the film, which I thought was pretty cool, was there is no life for life situation. It was brought up many times where it's like the life of one for the life for many. In the Avengers eyes, that is.
Yeah, because Vision
there
said
is no
that
trade
too.
in lives.
Vision and Captain Marvel said, or
But
Captain America said that.
the way Thanos acquired each stone, he had to kill one or many. First stone was Xandar, Power Stone. He obviously had to kill people on Xandar to get it. Second one was Space Stone, which he took from Thor and Asgard. Killed many people to get it. Then there was the Reality Stone, the Aether, which he got from the Collector, who he said he killed. Soul Stone was Gamora. The Time Stone. Did he kill anyone to get the Time Stone, actually?
I mean, technically, Doctor Strange did die.
All right,
But no, he didn't kill anybody. He was going to kill Iron Man.
Yeah. And then Mind Stone, obviously he killed Vision. So it kind of went to go along with Thanos' theory, like, I'm the only one bold enough and ambitious enough to go about this.
So you're saying Thanos is bold and brash?
Yeah, I am. He said it himself, actually.
It's like Squidward.
But something else I actually just read, like, literally 5 minutes before we started this podcast, was
podcasting
about the Soul Stone. And reading it, it kind of makes sense. So I'm just going to read this pretty much word for word that I see on Reddit. So,
give some credit, though.
User Cryptic Lizard there on the subreddit Fan Theories, which I immediately went to after seeing the film, because I have some really crazy fan theories on Reddit. But essentially, when Thanos went to find the Soul Stone with Gamora, Red Skull told him in order to receive the stone, he had to give up something he loves. In exchange, he called it a soul for a soul. However, I think Thanos, as viewers, misunderstand what Red Skull meant. It was meant to never be an exchange, but he meant a method of crafting the Soul Stone. Gamora never died. The planet took her soul and used it to make the Soul Stone. There are a few facts I think to back up this claim. 1. Infinity Stones can exist in other mediums, like the reality gem being the Aether at one point. We never see the stone actually come where the stone comes from. Thanos just appears in water with the stone in his hand, which is true.
Yep.
Unlike other stones that we've seen being used in other movies, like the Tesseract, Loki's staff, we've never actually seen the Soul Stone aside from Thor's vision. This could imply that before this, the Soul Stone never actually existed in physical form and needed an actual soul to become whole. 4. Thanos throws Gamora off the cliff with his right hand, which is also the same hand the Soul Stone appears in, because he has the gauntlet on his left hand. When Thanos does the snap, the first thing we see is a vision of young Gamora standing inside the water realm with a heavy orange background, the color of the Soul Stone. This could imply that her soul, or at least part of it, is still inside the stone. And for a moment, Thanos has his own soul sent inside the stone to see Gamora and is confronted with his decision. The stone is the only Infinity Stone considered sentient. It has a mind of its own. It could. How could this be How could this be except for it being a sentient being before becoming the Infinity Stone?
How could this be if not for being a sentient being become? Yeah, I got it. Damn. Then, I was reading things that Gamora is going to be like one of the main.
Yeah. Well, he didn't
in Infinity War 2
end it there. He goes, "How does this all play into the ending?" He goes, "Well, I don't think anyone actually died. Instead, the random half population chosen by the Gauntlet to die had their souls trapped inside the Soul Stone by Gamora. Thus, further supported by the fact that the trapping souls inside itself is one of the key abilities of the Soul Gem." Which I do remember actually reading the Infinity Gauntlet story arc. That is a ability of it. It traps souls inside of it. So, theoretically, I think Gamora made him turn to ash to look like it was dying. Maybe give Thanos the false sense. And, Jesus Christ, I just saw that picture you posted in Discord.
Bold and brash. He's bold and brash. That's the picture of scuba tentacles in SpongeBob. Bold and brash.
But yeah, like it's a lot of speculation that no one actually died, which I think is a valid argument with what this guy said. Couple other things I had a speculation of is, so we know they all turn to ash. Obviously, they can come back. Yes. We think they're going to come back. Guardians has another movie slated. Black Panther has another movie slated. Spider-Man has another movie slated.
Yeah, but at the end of this movie, it doesn't say the Avengers will return. It says Thanos will return.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Continue. Carry on, Matthew.
My speculation.
That's my Thor voice.
My speculation is. I see what you did there. You made a call back to Peter Quill trying to make his voice deep.
No, I didn't.
You're funny. I don't think they died. I don't
think they died either.
What happened was a reality stone possibly got used, also at the same time as a snap, sent them to another universe. In both in both the Marvel comics and DC comics, there's a multiverse. Multiple universes happen at the same time. That's how they get away with like multiple stories. Yeah.
Just divide the population out between the two.
As we have heard in the news in the past couple weeks or months, Disney has acquired Fox Entertainment. So they now have access to Fantastic Four, but they have access to X-Men. I think this is going to lead into the... I think they're going to try and play into this somehow, maybe, that they didn't die, they got sent to another universe, a universe where the X-Men exist, and that's how they're going to bring the X-Men later into the series of the MCU. Obviously, there's a slight chance of that happening. God knows, I'm pretty sure Avengers 4 is in post-production right now. All the filming is done.
Then just fucking release it.
No, they gotta give time.
I want to see it.
I think I think they might be in post-production also for Captain Marvel right now, I would assume. And they want to release that before the next Avengers, so that way people will have an idea of who Captain Marvel is.
It's coming out 2 months before the next one.
But
Captain Marvel, the girl who plays Captain Marvel looks badass. She looks cool.
It's Brie Larson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I think there's a chance they got sent to another universe. They didn't die.
I think they did die. And Captain Marvel just gonna come back, use that time stone somehow, and get them all back.
Well, then there's the theory that they all actually did die. And then someone's gonna get the gauntlet and reverse everything that happened.
That's my guess.
That's what happens in the comics.
Well, I mean,
so it's possible. You know. But yeah, there's like a whole I just browse through Reddit constantly and I'm reading like speculation. Top comment of that whole thing I just read about the Soul Stone. Galactus, who's a Fantastic Four villain. So I guess maybe Disney or Fox did have Fantastic Four. Someone commented,
Fantastic Four.
It would be great to have Galactus as one of the people released from the Soul World if they did just get sent to the Soul Stone world. Galactus, who's like the devourer of worlds, is like a pretty big enemy. And
Drax is the destroyer of worlds.
No, Galactus like eats worlds, literally. But someone just responded to that comment with, "Can you imagine a post-credits scene of Avengers 4? After defeating Thanos, the camera pans up into space and we just hear an ominous voice say, 'I hunger.' That would be amazing." And I honestly think I think Galactus could be the next big bad for the Avengers.
Okay, so we see where we're at now. We kind of are speculating where we end.
But where do they go?
Thanos. Yeah, where do they go? Where do they go after this?
I think
you've read comics. Who else is a major supervillain?
That's the thing. There's Galactus. Galactus is, like I said, he literally eats worlds. And I think he might be considered a Celestial.
A Celestial? Hey, Peter Quill is part Celestial.
Yeah, I'm trying to, let me see if I... Oh, that's not L. Nope. Maybe he isn't considered a Celestial.
I don't know.
I mean, they could go with Galactus. Outside of that, I'm not entirely sure. I don't read enough Marvel to know.
Well, then we'll both be pleasantly surprised.
But they could also do something with Doctor Doom if they did acquire rights to Fantastic Four. Doom kind of has some big roles in like universe reset and stuff in the comics.
Just fucking bring Dr. Manhattan in somehow.
That's actually, I'm pretty sure that's DC property.
Fuck.
Because DC is doing a story arc with them, with the Watchmen right now. Or were...
Gotcha. That's going to be sick.
Well, in the comics, I mean. Not in the movies.
Gotcha.
But it would be sick if ultimately they found a way to cross him over. But DC also has a lot of big bads to go through before that. Because they have...
that's good.
They have a couple. But yeah, I don't know where they're going to go after Thanos. But I also read... with the whole... snap thing.
The snap.
So some people are speculating at the very end, after you see the snap happen, after Thanos comes out of talking to Lil Gamora, you see him back on Titan and just sit down and almost let out like a sigh of relief.
He smiles.
Yeah, does he smile? I don't remember off the top of my head.
He seems to smile.
Like let out like maybe a little smirk.
Yeah, he doesn't show teeth.
He's more than content. Let's say that.
He is relieved, it seems.
Because he fulfilled his destiny.
Exactly. But did you see the gauntlet? How it was all after he snapped his fingers?
After
it's all like broken and like charred and fucked up. He can use it again?
Maybe they'll make another. I don't know. We'll see. Because it's not the gauntlet that has the power. It's the stones. The gauntlet is just a tool for the stones.
To wield it. But if he can, it's a tool to wield all the stones. But if he doesn't have that tool...
Yeah. But as we saw, the one... Peter Dinklage's character made it, so obviously it can be made.
And there's also there's a second one there if you didn't notice. Or no, there was a mold maybe.
I don't
know what it was.
But a lot of people are also, or someone was also speculating that the snap needed to happen so Thanos will let his guard down, because right now he feels relieved. His destiny is fulfilled. He did what he needed to do. You saw in the last shot of him, he sat down relieved, letting out like a sigh of relief.
Roll credits. Yep.
That is the moment maybe the Avengers need to get the upper hand, because he's not going to have the gauntlet on, and beat him.
Yep.
So there's that. Something I also noticed, like, shortly after getting home from the theater, all the original Avengers are still alive. As far as we know.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't see Black Widow, or not Black Widow. We didn't see Hawkeye or Ant-Man in the movie. Hawkeye was an original Avenger.
I was so pissed.
Yeah.
That fucking Ant-Man wasn't in it. I was so excited to see.
I think some people are thinking. I think I heard Ant-Man is supposed to take place before or during the events of Infinity War. So some people are speculating. Huh?
The first movie?
This current Ant-Man coming out this year is supposed to take place during the Infinity War that was just released.
Okay.
So some people are speculating at the end of it, they're going to show the effects of the snap happening, and that's how he gets into the second one. If he is in the second one.
I missed him. He's funny. I just watched Civil War again.
Yeah,
when
he's good.
He was first introduced, like, oh, Captain America, like, you're awesome. He turns around and he sees Scarlet Witch. He's like, I know you. You're great too.
But yeah, like I said, the original Avengers, as far as we know, because we didn't see Hawkeye either, but all the original Avengers from the original film are all still there, which I feel like is kind of going to have a serious effect on the next film. There's going to be something serious that happens with all the originals, whether it's ending all their story arcs or ending Captain America and Iron Man and Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow. I said Scarlet Witch because I was thinking of Scarlett Johansson. But I think
I get you.
I think the original Avengers are going to have a major role in this next film.
I think they had a pretty major role in this one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the fact that they didn't kill off or turn to ash any of the originals,
Yeah.
I feel is going to be...
There's something weird to that, yep.
Yeah.
There's something behind that, I think.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel like there's going to be something that happens. Maybe it's just, at the very end, it's, what is it, 6 of them versus Thanos?
I'm not sure.
And maybe Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye,
Captain
Black
Marvel's
Widow,
wreck shit.
Hulk. It's 5. Thor 6.
No, thank God they have Thor.
Yeah, I think it will be them 6 and Captain Marvel, and they just go to town on Thanos at the very end.
Good.
Because
just a brutal beat him up.
I think, like you said, at the end of even the post-credit scene, it said Thanos will return.
Yep.
It doesn't say the Avengers.
Movies, it says Guardians will return. At the end of the Avengers movies, it says the Avengers will return. At the end of Captain America, it says Captain America will return.
Yeah.
This one says
Thanos
will return.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go from there.
Fuck yeah, Will.
Super excited to say the least.
To say the absolute least. I want to see it again.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I left and I was so focused on the last final fight that I forgot what happened in the beginning of the movie. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
I want to see it again, like now.
It's one of those movies that there was a lot happening, a lot of action, and it did a very good job at making sure story and drama still got in there.
Another funny thing that I thought of that was between Doctor Strange and Iron Man, when they were on the ship after they knocked out Ebony Maw.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the time, but Iron Man was saying something and he was being very egotistical, and then Doctor Strange says, like, how does your head even fit inside your helmet?
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
that's funny.
Fucking hypocritical. You're a hypocrite because you're a fucking egotistical bastard, and Stark's an egotistical bastard, but it's just like calling the kettle black, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny, but like nobody really picked up on that, because before I just watched Infinity War, I watched Civil War, and I watched Doctor Strange like 2 days before.
That's a good movie.
And I picked up. Yeah, Doctor Strange is great.
I think Doctor Strange is still one of my favorites.
Dude, the way they manipulate time is amazing.
I think Doctor Strange is also just in my like top 5, if not top 3. The final fight was done really well, with it not really being a fight, more as just a
manipulation of time.
Yeah, but also just like the special effects with like the city bending and stuff, and like all of reality bending stuff. And Doctor Strange was really well done.
Marvel movies are great.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that. I go to movies to see those movies, and pretty much that's it.
But two things I wanted to bring up with Spider-Man actually in this film. One, when he gets like quote unquote knighted as an Avenger.
Yeah. Congratulations, kid. You're an Avenger.
Yeah, and he like Iron Man taps both of his shoulders real quick with like his fist, and then like walks away. I didn't realize that at first, but I saw someone mention it and think about it now. I remember it. But like he
is so proud.
He's not only proud, but like he kind of like straightens up his posture a little bit and like pulls back his shoulders, and it's like, I'm in the big leagues now. Like I have to be more serious a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. But something else, and it kind of touches on his quote unquote death scene where he turns to ash in Stark's hands. In the very beginning of the film, Stark is running with
Pepper Potts.
I was gonna say Pam, and I knew that wasn't right.
No, this isn't fucking Office.
But he's running with Pepper Potts, and he's like, "I had a dream last night. We had a child,
a baby." I was gonna say,
and
Spider-Man and him, it seems like a father-son kind of.
That's what people were saying. They're like, it almost feels like a father-son relationship. Iron Man at the beginning said he had a dream, he had a baby, and he woke up, the baby wasn't there. And then now at the end of the film, you have Spider-Man dying in Iron Man's arms. And Iron Man is like, I am 100% responsible for this. So.
I mean, there's a pretty good chance he would have been vaporized anyway, because he's part of the half of the universe.
Yeah. No, 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
But
just, overall, just a powerful movie.
Yeah.
So gripping, so intense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, everyone that hasn't seen it, and even people that did see it, and they go, what did you think of it? I honestly tell them the same thing. I'm like, it's the first Marvel movie in 18 movies that I had a sense of dread going into. And during the entire movie, I had a sense of dread because
Who's gonna die?
I felt like at any second a character could die.
Yep, and they did, pretty much. So
yeah, I mean, right from the get-go, they were like, all right, we're killing off Loki, we're killing off Heimdall. Like,
I love Idris Elba. Heimdall.
Yeah.
Open the Bifrost. I know you can hear me.
So.
My Thor voice.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man. That shit's... You're doing it again. You see,
yeah.
You just did
What?
it.
No, I'm not.
You're doing it right now.
What? No, this is how I always talk.
He's not that muscular. That was another funny part, too, with when Star-Lord was... It's like, you know Thor? Yeah. Some tall guy, not so handsome. He just was hating on him so much. You're so jealous. It's funny. You're one sandwich away from being fat. Gamora, am I fat? Drax. And then Drax is like the double chin thing. He's like, what? Funny movie. Powerful movie. The best Marvel movie?
I think it's definitely up there.
Yep. I like Guardians too, because it was pretty funny. I like Ego, the whole idea of he's like planet, but
yeah. Well, he's the Celestial.
He is, and so is Peter's half Celestial. Peter Quill, Star-Lord's half Celestial. So he's actually pretty strong. Or powerful.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I
think it was a good discussion, man.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours now.
Holy shit. Time just fucking disappeared.
We've been talking for like an hour and a half on this just Infinity War.
There was no path to it. We talked about random scenes going.
We tried to start at the beginning, and then
we tried. We tried, guys. We're sorry.
Like we said though in the beginning, like there's so much going on in like 3 different locations that's going on at. It's hard to kind of keep track of what's happening.
They're fighting on Wakanda. They're going back and forth here and there. I'm like, oh shit.
And that's why I think
it makes sense.
Like you said in the much you're like, I don't know how much they jump back and forth, but with how much we just talked about, like there's so much going on. Like at one point I was talking about what Thor was doing with Peter Dinklage's character, got off track, completely jumped past it, and then you even brought up, well, while this is going on, actually this was going on.
Yeah, so it kind of works. It works. I can see that now.
Yeah.
But
and I think in subsequent viewings it will be more and more prominent. You'll be able to figure it out more. So
yeah. But I think that's a good spot, man.
It is.
I think we're gonna call it there. Sorry to spoil it, probably if you guys haven't seen it, but we gave
fair warning. We gave fair warning. Like a solid 10 seconds of spoiler alert warning.
And like I wanted to talk to Matt about it, but it's like, dude, save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Save it for the podcast. I don't want to talk about it now.
You texted me today.
Because this is it. This is the discussion we had.
You texted me today, and you're like, we can talk about it twice. And I was like, I don't care. We talked a little bit in text, and like I even said in text, I was like,
fuck it, just wait.
I was like, this is the last topic we talked about, because 1, I knew it was going to take a while, and 2, I knew I don't. Me personally, I don't like having people talk about something I haven't watched yet and don't want spoiled, but have it in like a middle or beginning and not know where to jump in and fast forward. So, yeah, we can call it there. I don't think there's anything else I even want to touch on tonight besides.
Dude, I'll think of more things, but that's...
And I'm sure in subsequent viewings we'll see more stuff and remember more stuff. But...
Yep, but amazing movie. Go see it if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it and you listen to this, sorry, because you pretty much saw it.
Still go see it, though.
Still go see it. Like, you can't... Talking about it doesn't do it justice.
No, it does not. And I know... I'm thinking of, like, a couple of things off the top of my head that we didn't even touch on, but I don't even want to touch on because we're, like I said, approaching 2 hours.
Yeah, no thanks.
Talking for 2 hours straight can be tiring.
I gotta take a dump, dude. Like, I am prairie dogging it right now.
All right, well, let's call it here.
So...
Episode 10, first double digit.
Episode 10, Guy Party Podcast. Guy_party_pod. Instagram, guyparty91@gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, give us any feedback, be much appreciated.
Bye.
Bye, guys.